seconds.
Okay. We're live! Hey, monsters.
Summer's hottest Monster RX93.1. Welcome back to the Daily Survey. It's a Friday. Woo! We made it. Hi, Ria. How are you doing?
Woo, it's the weekend. I'm doing good. You know, it's been a long week because, you know, when you're stuck at home, there's not really much to do. But we do have a surprise for you, monsters.
Yeah, we have a special guest. He's going to be here. We're going to learn a lot more about him. And I'm sure a lot of you already know about him and are excited to see him. So without further ado, Ria, why don't you introduce our guest this evening?
For tonight, we are going to bring in, fresh from Asia Rising, we have Keshi!
Keshi!
I feel like a pro wrestling contestant with the way you guys announce.
I know, right? As I said it.
Yeah, y'all are some great hype men.
Yeah,
Is that your moonlight jobs?
Yeah, you know, we should do that. We should do that in our spare time. A little ring announcement.
Yeah.
Keshi, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm just chilling in my home studio in Houston right now. How are you guys?
We're okay. At home as well. And you've been keeping busy. Why don't you tell us, to all our monsters right now who are listening, who might have just chanced upon this video and they're like, who is that good-looking guy on the bottom of our screen right here? Tell us a little bit about your music.
Yeah. What's up, guys? My name is Keshi. I'm a singer-songwriter and producer from Houston, Texas. And a bit about my music is how would I describe my music? I feel like if I had to put it in a genre, I'd say alternative pop, right? I make some sort of sad boy music every once in a while. Sad boy music that kind of bangs at the same time, so you're kind of crying in the club. I would kind of describe it that way. But I don't want to box myself in a particular genre. I think if you think that the only thing I make is sad music, you'll be excited to hear the next record. So
cool.
Yeah.
Ria's has been following your music for some time now, and she was really excited to meet you today. So Ria, go ahead, go ahead and do your questions, Ria.
Yeah, okay, so yesterday I waited for how many hours just to listen to you on Asia Rising. How was it getting to work with those people, like even if it was virtually and everything? Those were some big names, Biba Doobie, Nikki. That's awesome. Rich Brian, how was that? The experience?
It's such a pleasure and such an honor to be included in such an amazing cast, you know. Rich Brian and I have, like, he texts me now and it's a little bit surreal. It's pretty cool. Honestly. He's a really sweet dude. So yeah, I remember when my manager first started having contact with 88 Rising, I was pretty excited because I think 88 Rising and Keshi started around the same time. I mean, it's not like Keshi was gaining any very much traction at the time, but that's when I had started the project on SoundCloud. And of course, I was very aware of what 88 Rising was doing. And it's hard not to be, because it was such a movement when it started, you know? So very cool to be a part of it.
Keshi, for the people who are unfamiliar with your music, you know, there's always a jump off point for when someone discovers your stuff. And you know, whenever you think of you know, iconic artists, they usually have a song or two that most people have heard, or that's the song that brought them into their discography. For you, is there a particular song or set of songs that you would recommend to new listeners or new Monster listeners here who have just discovered you today?
Yeah, I would say take a listen to Too Soon. I think Too Soon is probably the one song that really changed things for me as a songwriter and as a producer. It just kind of defines the sound, I think, at the moment. And the reason I say that is because when lo-fi was having its boom, that's what got me started producing. So of course, when you start out, you're going to emulate, you know, what has influenced you, but in your own way. So I made a lot of lo-fi music in the beginning as Keshi. So like Over You, Magnolia, As Long As It Takes You, those sorts of tracks. And I remember before, when I had written Too Soon, it was so different from anything I had released before. It was like upbeat. There was like really, really booming bass, and the drums were fast paced, and there wasn't a high cut filter on any of it or anything. So I was afraid because I feel like my listeners at the time, the small amount of fans that I had, were expecting a certain sound from me, and I didn't want to break their expectations. So I was almost about to like just not put it out, which would have been awful, right? I love that song to death. So I mustered up the courage to press post, and thank God I did, because the reception was amazing. And it was the resounding yes that I needed to pursue music in this direction. It was like, okay, I've learned production now. Now it's time to take it to this next sort of step. So I would say Too Soon. Take a listen to it.
Too Soon. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
We have you know, you can go ahead, Ria.
No, okay, so we know that, you know, you started the SoundCloud under the name Keshi.
Right.
Because you didn't want people to know it was you, just in case it didn't work out and everything.
Right.
I guess, like, my question is, why Keshi?
So Keshi is a childhood sort of name that I had. I had a childhood friend, and I would go over to her house, and her family is Japanese. So my name is Casey, but when her parents would call me, they would call me Keshi. So that's where the name Keshi comes from. And that was not supposed to be like a stage name or an alias or anything. It was literally just supposed to be like an anonymous username that I used to post my throwaway songs, basically.
That's a pretty cool backstory.
Yeah.
Very simple, very simple.
Yeah.
You know, Keshi, you can see we're flashing some comments on our Facebook page, by the way, to everyone listening on air right now. We're live on facebook.com/RX931. And I'm seeing a lot of Filipino Keshi fans.
Yeah.
And tell us about how is there like a Keshi fans Philippine chapter? Are there fan clubs specifically here from the Philippines? Because it seems like there are a lot of people here that resonate with your music and are here to support you.
I believe that there is one, and I think that's so amazing to me, because it just blows my mind that they're so, I don't know, they're so active, you know. It makes me so happy to know like how involved they are. I love them, honestly. And it's amazing that honestly I feel that my music is able to reach all across the world. So the fact that I make everything in my room by myself like this, and like people resonate with it, it's crazy to me. So yeah.
We actually invited our fans to ask you questions on our Instagram page. So we've collated a bunch of questions. We're gonna ask a few of them. Ria has a list right here. So why don't we start with the first one? First one, go ahead.
All right. So we do have a question over here from someone on Instagram, and she at RNNL11 is asking, who was the first artist you collaborated with for a song, and how was the process?
First artist I collaborated with on a song. I have to think about this one, because I've worked with a couple of artists, but I haven't done very many collaborations like on Spotify. I think the artist's name was OK2222. It was just another SoundCloud sort of collaboration, and we made a song that's called, I think it's called Without You. Hold on, let me search that up really quick.
Sure. In the meantime, Keshi, while you're searching that up,
Beside You. It's called Beside You.
Beside You.
And it was an interesting
Beside You.
Yeah, it was an interesting experience, because when you're like collaborating over the internet, you have to like figure out how to send audio files to one another. And I was just learning how to produce, so it was a little bit difficult, honestly. That was the very, very first one. But I've since learned how to send files efficiently and how to edit them well, and etc. So like it would probably come very easily to me now.
Cool. Since we're on the topic of collaborations, someone from Keshi Updates. There's a whole page called Keshi Updates, by the way, on Instagram.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Mika Mick Aurora asks someone that you want to collaborate with in the future.
I would say, of course, this is the dream. I'm not sure if that will ever happen, but obviously John Mayer, he's my hero, and the person who got me started songwriting. So, I mean, I don't think it would ever happen in like a million years, but it would be cool to just meet him, you know?
Yeah. Have you,
we believe in you.
Yeah, have you tried tweeting him? That usually works.
I think that I will wait until I get his attention with my music.
There we go.
I think that's the most
authentic. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Now another question from Instagram. What are your, since we are during this time of pandemic, what are your go-to foods during this quarantine? What do you eat? What are you eating?
Yeah. So I've been cooking a lot. So in my family, back when I was growing up, my dad's the one who cooked. So I have this notion where like I have to be the one that cooks in my family. So I wouldn't say I'm like a pro chef or anything, but I've just never taken the time to learn any of his recipes because I was always so busy. But now we have all the time in the world. So what have I been making? Like General Joe's chicken, like frying up your own chicken and then like making the glaze and everything and putting it in a wok and like, you know, tossing it. I've made that recently. Chicken parm, make chicken parm recently. What else have I made? Like hot pot actually.
Do you follow Milk Tea Poppy on Instagram or TikTok or
no?
Or
Twitter? What is that?
He's
is it like recipes and stuff?
Yeah, he's the guy that just cooks with the parsley. He's pretty popular nowadays.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could definitely.
Yeah. He makes 1 minute videos.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been eating, just like my own cooking.
Cool. You know, Keshi, we don't have a lot of time. I know you're a very busy guy, but you can see from all the comments here, we're just gonna read a couple. Actually, somebody wants you to greet them a happy birthday. Where is that comment? I'm trying to scroll back. I can't find it. Oh, they're gonna be so mad at me.
Happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is.
And do you have any words of uplifting words for your fans who are, who have tuned in right now and want to hear something from you? Someone said marry you, by the way. Tiffany wants to marry you.
Thank you for your offer. We'll have to. I'm engaged, so I can't. So that unfortunately, but for everyone who is listening right now, I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you guys are staying safe and staying quarantined and washing your hands and everything. And I hope you guys are able to see your loved ones when you can. I hope that everything's over pretty soon. I know it kind of sucks right now, but for now, stay inside and just hang out with your family and friends.
Thank you very much for that message.
I think there's one more thing that people are surprised about.
Yeah.
That comment over there.
Yeah.
Are you?
I am. Yeah, I've been since November.
Congratulations.
Oh my God. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So are you gonna celebrate your honeymoon here with a concert, hopefully? Because some people are waiting for you. When are you making a Philippine stop anytime soon?
So there aren't any plans at the moment, but of course I have to go and visit the Philippines and say hi to my fans. And
yes, you do.
Yeah. I hope to see you guys out at a show sometime.
Yeah. Hopefully. Just let us know.
Yeah,
let us know.
For sure.
Why don't you let us know for the meantime, since you aren't making, and nobody's really traveling in the near future. So how can they, what's coming up for you in terms of new music, and where can they find your current stash of beautiful songs right now?
You guys can find me on Spotify or any popular streaming service you guys have out. You can also find me on YouTube, SoundCloud, etc. And as for the current plans, the next record is over halfway done. It's over halfway written. So, or I would say just over halfway. So really excited to show you guys what I've been working on. Really genuinely proud of what I've written so far. So the next single is done. I've just sent it off to go get mixed and mastered. So I'm excited for you guys to hear that one too. I'm working on the like the concept for the music video and everything for it right now. So excited.
That's awesome. I love your music videos, by the way. Your music videos are awesome, and like they're just so cool to watch. So that's awesome, and I can't wait. Like all your fans in the comments, they can't wait for your music videos. So definitely they will be checking, and they will be tuned in to you for sure.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much, Keshi. Stay safe, and we look forward to all your new music, and we'll see you in the Philippines very soon. Okay?
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Bye. Thank you very much, Keshi. Have a great day, and see you later.
Later.
All right. Keep it right here.